Good morning, Kevin. Good morning, Sue. Good morning, Jay. Look at you guys joining me here this morning. We are hanging out on a Thursday live inside of Results One. And when I tell you guys we are live, like, if you're watching this from wherever you're watching this, and I know one of our big followers and supporters, Sue, is watching us all the way from Canada. It's only about a 7 to 10 second delay, guys. So you are getting as real as it gets. I'm literally sitting right here on the side of the road out here along 417 and Curry Ford here in the city of, in the county of Orange area, Orange County, Florida, Orlando, whatever you want to call it, east side. So good morning to you guys. It is, what is it, 10:03 in the morning on March 20th. My eyes have been kicking my butt lately. I don't know what's going on. But what a day we had yesterday hanging out with Nash. You guys know I always have to introduce the dogs first. Nash is the face, the dog face of Pints and Paws. And we got to have him in here with his mom, Lacey. And then, of course, Paul. Paul is a huge entrepreneur and brewery, restaurant owner in the Sanford area. And we are getting ready to kick off Pints and Paws on March 29th, so 9 days away. So mark your calendars, get your tickets, and come out and say hi. Anyways, so a boss of mine sent me, yes, we have bosses, and sent me this email. And then this morning, we covered it in the morning show. And it reminded me of something that we went through along 408. If you've been in Central Florida for any time, 408 used to be 55. Now it is 60 miles an hour. But legislation reads very clear: the max speed limit in anywhere in the state of Florida cannot reach more than 70 miles an hour, 70. And I think that's enough. There are other states, 75. I think there's an 80, maybe. But it is crazy to me that we are even considering the idea to increase speed limits, that Florida is considering the speed limit increase. And it's crazy to me only from a on-the-road experience kind of thing, guys. You got to remember, I was a crash investigator. I've been out here and I've seen some nasty stuff, let alone at low speeds. You get people cruising at high speeds, and it gets insane. So, the maximum allowable speed limit on limited access highways is 75 miles per hour is what they're trying to change it to. The maximum allowable speed limit on any highway that is outside of an urban area of 5,000 or more persons, and that has at least 4 lanes divided by a median strip, is 70 miles per hour. Okay, so I'm trying to think, how candid do we want to get in this? So Senate Bill 462 is talking about this. It is a proposal to increase, it's a general bill that's been introduced to the Department of Transportation, and this is what's going up. They want to increase some of the speed limits out there. And this is what happens. Because I remember the speed limit out on 417 used to be 65 as well, and then they bumped that up to 70. You're going to get a shift. You're going to get a movement. How you guys on YouTube, if you want to comment, head over to YouTube, because I can see your comments here. My producer Thomas sends them to me. I'm so thirsty this morning, and I don't have a beverage. All right, let's be real here. Screw it, right? No trooper, no cop is really going to light you up for doing 5 over. I think the average speed out on any major roadway is generally 3 to 7 miles an hour over the posted speed limit, that you guys move with the flow of traffic. You're never going to hear me admit to anything, but there's talks about more troopers, but when it comes down to it, it's really the lawmakers increasing the numbers. Recruitment is good right now. It's increasing the allotted numbers to the patrol. They haven't increased it much at all over the years. When population increases, then we start to see problems, and when we still have the same amount of troopers from 10 years ago. So, good question, Paul. But what we see here is if the speed limit's 65, you're going to have drivers already doing 70. If the speed limit's 70, you're going to have drivers already now doing 79, 80 miles an hour. We push this speed limit up to 75. My opinion, the average speed of speeding, the new normal speed, will be 90 miles an hour out here. Average. And so, well, how could you say that? You're not the one making the law. That's correct. I'm the one that has actually been out here and seen it, witnessed it, and watched what these speed limits are like. So this is what I want to do. This is super simple today. I want to prove a point because I've already had a Tesla about rip the wrap off this truck. You see how fast these cars are going by me. You're supposed to be going through, I think, the exact change thing at 35 miles an hour out here. Let me find my speed gun here. Ouch. I'm like been electrocuting myself like crazy lately. All right. If you're just joining us, the Florida Senate is considering increasing some of our highway speeds from the maximum of 70 miles an hour to 75. Senate Bill 462 has been presented, or is going to be presented. I'm out here to show you what the speeds already look like at 70 miles an hour. And if you've spent any time here in Central Florida, you're going to agree with me. Speed limits are out of control. I'd love to see what they're like in other parts of the country and just drive results one around, but can't really do that all the time. So we're going to exit 417 here. I don't know if I can cross over. If I can't, I can. Nothing illegal about yeah, there's nothing illegal about that. Because you're exiting in order to get back on. Say you made a mistake. All right, so we're going to hop on 417. Speed limit out here is 70 miles an hour. We're going to cruise. We want to be transparent. That's what our streams are about. Complete transparency, showing what it's like for you, showing it's like what for me. Even if we're in this screaming billboard, there are some people that won't pass it. There are some people that understand it as a law enforcement vehicle, and I'm okay with that as long as it gets you to check or maybe look at what you're doing. But we're still going to get people that just fly right by us, and if we don't, it's karma saying, Steve, you're not a lawmaker, shut up and just report the traffic. But I highly doubt that that's going to happen. All right, so let's hop back on to 417 here. All right, here we go. We're going to hop back onto 417. I'm going to speak a little louder because the V8, someone emailed me and complained about it, saying that it's too loud and that maybe I should be driving a smaller vehicle so that they can hear us better. All right, so southbound 417. Speed limit already is 70 miles an hour in 95% of the spaces. So we're going to lock in right here at 70. Okay, our speedometer has been calibrated. We know that what we're doing here is the accurate speed. And Mr. Bentley here, oh, why are you hitting the brakes now? You nervous? But you can see, like, even if I did the speed limit exact, people are already out here doing above it. Now, is it egregious? Nah. And that's coming into you from a Florida trooper perspective, and as just looking at the roadway here, no one's being aggressive. What's open? Oh, standby. See, I didn't even have the thing. I don't even get an email. Our producer Thomas let me know that it's too windy. I believe that was me trying to keep myself comfortable with the air condition in the vehicle. Let's see. How's that, webmaster? Oh, we got a crash. Ooh, nasty crash. On the other side over there, looks like a vehicle rear-ended and sent them into the bushes. So you can see here, speed limit 70. We're coming over Lee Vista right now. Right travel lane. For transparency here, I'm locked in at 70. There's not many your average driver sitting right at the speed limit. You know, normally 70, 75 in that buffer zone. You're not going to really get in trouble for that kind of speed, guys. You're really not. The only time that you could get in some kind of trouble with something like that is when you begin to exceed the speed limit in A, a school zone, or B, a construction zone, or if you're just flagrantly disrespectful about it. What do I mean? I'm trying. There's something tells me to be careful today with you guys, but I'm not. I shouldn't. Oh my gosh! You just like coming to a stop, you clown! You guys almost got me to curse. Almost. You heard that? That was the anti-collision avoidance siren alert inside Results 1 today, letting me know that bozo is stopping in the middle of the road. I wish I had my front camera on. But 70, 75 is not going to get you pulled over. And as a construction zone, any type of speed violation could get you stopped, and you're going to look at double the fine. If I'm out here doing 70, let's up this a little bit. Because I'm going to up it to, we're going to cruise at 73 miles an hour. And we've got a Kia Stinger coming up behind me. And this is going to be, actually, we're going to keep it at 70. I'm going to provide an example of also something here because we just talk about everything, and this is a lot of opinion based. So some people will say, well, the cops are out here speeding. You might be correct. Well, they're always in the left lane. Why should I be in the left lane? Why can't I be in the left lane? You're probably correct. But you're not at work. And this is as transparent as it comes. Like, they've got a job to do, whatever it is, but they've got places to be. For example, this law enforcement officer passing me now. I'm doing 70. Oh, they waved high, so they probably a big supporter of Trooper Steve. I like it. That's an old cop car, y'all. That shouldn't even be on the road anymore. The decals are rough. It's a Chevy Impala front-wheel drive V6. Like, Orange County, get this guy a new police car, please. Anyways, but to what I was talking about, if they were to do 70 on the nose, can you imagine the obstruction in the roadway they would be causing simply because they're a police car? So let's flip it the other way. You call for a non-emergency. They're on their way to you. Yeah, you want them to get there. And what I always like to say, they're already at work, and there are things that they have to do on a daily basis that you don't. So if you see them, move them out of the way, let them do their thing. Now, someone's driving ridiculous, it's uncalled for. But there are kind of things to their job that they've got to do. So as we're cruising out here, what I want to do is we're going to get turned around on Narcoossee Road. First, this bozo the clown is going to pass me. Thank you, bozo. Like, why speed up when you know someone's trying to get over? Like, this is what this guy's doing. So we're currently in a 70 mile an hour zone, and if you're joining us this morning at 10:15, we are talking about how the state of Florida is, and then they want to slow down. I really would like to get over. And then how the state of Florida is currently considering increasing the maximum speed limit in the state to 75 miles an hour. Currently, Florida law indicates and states, gosh, I need to speed up in order to get past this guy. He won't let me in. All right, there we go. That guy deserved the clown. Thanks, Thomas, for that. I appreciate you. They're talking about increasing the maximum speed to 75. Whether I'm for it or against it doesn't matter because I'm not a lawmaker and my opinion doesn't really matter. But what I want to do is show you, and what we have been doing is show you that Your average driver does about 5 to 10 over on a highway anyway. So if the goal is to continue to keep traffic moving, what's going to happen when that crash does happen? The average crash speed is going to be much higher. The average chance of death from a serious collision is going to increase. Because if the average speed now is 80 miles an hour, 90 miles an hour blows my mind for us to become okay with. As a traffic safety expert, and as someone who comes to you on the news from a perspective of experience and not a communications degree, I think it's crazy. I think it's absolutely insane that that's what we're considering. So if make yourself knowledgeable. House Bill, I keep saying House Bill, Senate Bill 462. I'm going to include that PDF on the web article with this. Take a read over it. It's a little interesting. It increases all speed limits in general. And I think in return, we might see injuries go up with that. So I'm going to head back north on 417. I'm going to take some video. I may include that on some social media posts. But go give yourself a read to 4062, and yeah. But no matter what, just do the speed limit. Whatever the speed limit. Yeah, 4 or 5 here and there. But once you start doing that, you're really starting to increase the injury portion of crashes. You're going to get ticked off when you get pulled over. And at the end of the day, speed limit is the speed limit. These crashes are nasty. And the cars, they're getting more cheaply built. So I'm going to jump off my soapbox for today, guys. I got not much to talk about. 462. You guys drive safely, please. Watch your speed. Have a good one.